Hey y'all, today is day 2. Yes, day 2 of angelology. In other words, anything, everything, all things angels. Another peek into the supernatural. Love it. Fascinating, deep topic. We asked the question yesterday. We asked a simple question. When was the first time an angel showed up in scripture? So if you knew that, piece of cake. Back to Genesis 3:24. Adam and Eve had just pulled the most epic boo-boo. And because of that, sin entered into our existence here on this earth. So God says, you know what? We gotta evict Adam and Eve. Get them out, kick them out. They're evicted from the Garden of Eden. And just to make sure, now they're in sin. So God places a specific kind of angel. In Hebrew, it's cherub for one of them, and cherubim, plural, for multiple ones. In English, I know we call it cherubim one, or cherubims when it's plural, and it could be many of them. But the original wasn't like that. The word itself comes from the Hebrew, and it's interesting because the root word for this term is unknown. We don't know what the meaning is yet. We don't know. We have no clue what it means. Some people are suggesting some meaning, some scholars, but the truth is we don't know the meaning for it. And there's another word also used for another kind of angels. We'll talk about that probably tomorrow or the day after. But for cherub or cherubim, we don't know the meaning. This word, whether in plural or in singular, appears about 90 plus times in scripture, and we still don't know the meaning of it. Going back to the story though, they get evicted from the Garden of Eden, and it says in that verse, Genesis 3:24, that God placed the cherubim at the east of the Garden of Eden, and also a flaming sword that revolved or turned in every way. To do what? And the verse ends by saying, to guard the way to the tree of life. God intended for humans to live forever, but not in an existence of sin. So God said, you know what? To be able to help them out, we cannot let them access the tree of life. So we got to block them from coming in. Why? Because if they do that, yes, they will have the longevity that I wanted them to have, but in an existence of sin. You know, we don't want them to have that sin and longevity together, because that's not a good mix. Going back to the angel part of this was a cherub or cherubim. This is one of the different kinds we know of angels exist in this universe. What comes to mind? Do you like this story? Do you like this passage, Genesis 3, towards the end when this happens? What comes to mind? How does that make you feel? How does that, the idea of God placing an angel, one of his angels, specifically a cherub or cherubims, that come in and they're guarding the entrance or the way to the tree of life. We're going to be talking more about angels. Let me leave you with a challenge or a question. Have you ever encountered an angel yourself? I'll share with you about an encounter I had with an angel, or the multiple ones I've had, coming up soon. One of our episodes about angelology, all things